Hold on to me. Don't let me go.
3 minutes after the hour. Welcome back to the hottest show in the galaxy, The Karen Hunter Show. We're here on Sirius XM Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. We're also on Insight, Channel 121, 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. You can follow us on Twitter, at Karen Hunter, at Cousin Sil, at KHS Ron, who is supposed to be tweeting during the show, but he does what he wants, you know. You know how Ron is, random Ron. So it's Friday. And he really wants to hear this song. So, did you find it? Can we find it on something? Ron found it. He's just too happy. Oh, you like the video? Ron, do you like the video?
Of course, he likes the video.
Oh, okay. Because women are in leotards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had to take his mic, not because we wanted to, but we took a vote, and no, we don't. You don't need. We don't need the commentary, cousin Sil. So it's Friday, and we
Who doesn't like women in leotards?
Okay. A lot of people.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner may like women in leotards.
Yeah,
she said she still likes
women. So damn confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
Oh, she won.
She won what?
Barbara Walters' most fascinating person of the
So
year.
not only is she Vanity Fair's Woman of the Year or something, which was it Vanity Fair or Cosmo,
Listen,
one of those magazines?
As years go, she's had a great year.
She
won sports, ESPN. Yeah.
Sports, really?
The Courage Award.
Courage
Award.
Yeah. I'm going to move away from this because there's nothing good that will come out of my mouth. So let me do something good for you guys, because I believe in love. I think love is a beautiful thing. Agape love is great. Filial love is great.
Mm-hmm.
But there's really nothing that compares to that deep down, soul connecting, passion driven love that makes your toes curl and your hair straight. So apparently there's somebody out there that can coach you into this. So I had to have her on the show because I'm like, what the hell is a love coach? So let me welcome to the show this woman. She's a transformational love coach. She's not just a love coach. She can transform you just simply by talking to you. Let me welcome to the show right from the UK. So this is long distance global love. Miss Julia Keller, welcome to the Karen Hunter Show.
Hello, thank you, Karen.
Well, thank you for joining us. So before I get into your event, you have a Irresistible Women Conference. Is it New York?
It's actually Irresistible Women Workshop.
It's just a workshop.
Yeah, it's 5 sessions online.
Oh,
so
okay. So it can be anywhere.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. I do it in person as well. But this way, women don't have to wait until I'm back in New York.
Okay.
Which, as you can hear from my accent, is where I'm from.
What part of England?
I live in London at the moment.
Oh, London. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you from London?
I'm not. No, I actually grew up here.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you went over there and turned into Madonna? Because that's what happened to her when she was
Madonna
there.
Bit.
Yeah, Madonna got over there and then started talking. Was like, "What, girl? You from Detroit? Knock it off." Anyway, there's nothing wrong with improving your, the way your accent and the way in which you speak. I think it's just wonderful.
They don't think I'm American over there.
Do they?
Like, where are you from? Because you're not from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Just depends where I am.
Keep them off kilter, and then you always are interesting. Which is that's the way I do it. That's my tactic. Okay. Did you become a transformational love coach in England?
I did.
Okay.
I did,
okay.
yes.
So you went there, tried to figure out what to do. I need a job. I got it. These people over here, this is what they need.
They need love.
Okay. So what makes you an expert and then expert enough to become a coach, or is this one of those who can't teach? I'm just curious. I'm just dropping it out there.
That's very, very I've studied it for years. I'm absolutely devoted to the subject of love. I love love, and I said one time, I see the world in twos. I think everybody should find their significant other. Let's not call it soulmate, because soulmate puts too much pressure on it, but let's say their significant other. And I think if we had more love, we'd have less of all the bad stuff. So my mission in life is to add more love.
Can we have, because I believe that, there's just not one person that can satisfy all of the things that I may need, right? Is it possible to have multiple loves?
At one time?
Yeah,
or
at one time.
I would like to think of, let's say, one person at one time.
You say that's a bad idea?
No, I would say one person at one time.
Even if you go into it saying, you're not the only one. And you let them know,
I
like,
wouldn't
I have
start that
multiple
way.
needs.
I'm not sure that's a good way to start. I'm not sure
But
they
you
would.
let them know. So you're coming into a situation where I'm probably, going to be, looking for other things. So
I don't think you realized we were going to be this cynical about.
No,
about
I
the process
didn't. But
of
you know
love.
what? It's good. It's a nice obstacle to get over.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
You start off the cynical, but one session with me, and you'll
Okay,
be,
all right.
Yeah.
So hey,
You'll
Julia,
have
what
a
would you
complete mind transform.
try it? I'm curious how this is gonna work. Go ahead. I want to see how good you are, Julia Keller.
Mhm.
How bad is it, Carrot?
Oh, it's not bad at all. I'm actually happy. So
Really?
I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. So the question I have though
Uh-huh.
is, so you're working with people who are not happy.
Yeah.
They're coming to you because they are lonely and they feel like they need to have something in their lives that's not there, and they believe it's another human being that's going to fulfill whatever's missing in their lives.
Well, when I say transformational love coach, what I actually started with is I empower women to find the love they want, improve the love they have, and love the life they live. So it's kind of
and love the one that with. All right. Cool.
Yeah, so it's not just about finding their
Pull that
significant
up.
other.
That's my jam.
It could be about loving their life. It could be about kind of making their relationship better. Some women come to me because they just feel like something's missing. They're successful in their lives. They've gotten to the point that they want to get to, let's say, in their career, but they're just, I want to find that significant other.
Okay. So what's the first thing you do?
Depends on what their issue is. The
Okay,
first
so
thing I do is I find out what their issues
okay,
are
so
and
they're
what their
successful.
goals
They
are.
have the job they want. They're making enough money. They're doing all of the things they want. They travel, blah blah blah. They just need that person
Right.
that they can come home to and share their lives with.
So then I find out what is their obstacle, what's stopping them. So we start off with like, what is your, what's stopping you from finding the love that you want? Is it that you don't know how to talk to men? Is it that you don't make the time for it? Is it that, you're getting all the dates you want, but then none of them are moving on to the second date? So we find out what's going on that's not working. You
right.
made a face there.
I did, because
Does that sound familiar?
No, not at all. But if you're on a date, if you've gone on several dates and no one wants a second date, it's you. That's always how I look at it, right? So,
exactly.
So then what do you do?
So then
Because that's
they
a
wanna
hard
find-
pill to swallow.
Mm.
Because it can't be everybody not wanting a second date with you.
Mm-hmm. So that's the nice thing about coming to a love coach, because they pay me for the information, I can actually give them the information. So I can be honest, brutally honest, but also kind.
How do you do that? Because I have
There
a
is,
hard time
it's a
with that.
very fine line, and it's not
I
easy
fail
coming
miserably.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy line to walk. But there is, there is a point where I have to tell them this is what's going on, but then don't worry, we'll work on this.
Okay.
When they come to me for that improvement, that does actually surprisingly make you the person.
Yeah,
it
it
makes
does.
you.
I see. So here's what you need to do with your money.
Mhm.
I like the Cockney too. That would be helpful. Okay. Hello.
Sounds good on you. I think you should do the rest of the show with that.
No, I won't, because I like this one right here. All right. So Irresistible Women. It's a workshop online. You can go to julia.keller.
No, it's
Julia Keller, I'm sorry.
juliakeller.co.uk.
.co. That's where I
Yeah.
missed. Okay.
That's
Julia.
okay.
Julia spelled like my grandmother's name was Julia.
Is
actually.
it? It's a
Yeah.
good name.
Yeah, it was beautiful. juliakeller.co.uk.
Yeah.
So when I type this in, what am I going to find in this workshop?
So when you type that in, you're going to find my website, which is
Okay.
going to have some of my case studies, and a little bit about me and how I started doing what I'm doing, which actually started from a failed relationship, funny enough. I was, I wanted to make sure I did it better the next time.
What failed in it, Julia? Do tell. What happened?
Well, it didn't
Was
go
his
the
name
way I
Bobby?
wanted it to be.
What was his name?
His name was not Bobby.
And was he here or there?
He was there.
Okay, so you met a dude.
I met a dude.
in London.
The father of my children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baby daddy. All right. And you married him.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was tall and handsome?
Tall,
or?
dark, and handsome.
Tall,
Yeah,
dark?
he's
How
very
dark?
Attractive. Not very dark.
Okay, I was going to say, because your dark and my dark are two different things. Just like last night we were out to dinner, and I asked for my food. I wanted it well done, but I didn't make it black or not well done.
Right.
And the waiter said, because y'all order stay medium rare. It's still win. I mean, like a little bit well done. I need to be
Dry.
dry. Anyway, I can say, so back to your business done. That's what I'm
Called
saying.
done.
Okay. What wrong in the relationship that you couldn't fix? And was it you?
Well, let's say I took 50% of the responsibility, which I think in every relationship, you can only take your part. And so my whole mission after that was to figure out how I can empower women to basically be the ones that either save save the relationship, let's say, because I can only work with the people I'm working with.
Okay, so you're in a relationship right now and it's not going too well. What's the 50% of the responsibility that let's say it's me, I would have to do or take? What would I have to take stock of to make that relationship work?
Well, the first bit is you have to decide, do you want the relationship to work? Because not every relationship is meant to last.
Look at that. Season, reason, or lifetime?
I'm a modern woman.
Maybe not.
Season. Okay, so it could be a season. Okay,
Exactly.
so your relationship was
So
seasonal.
you might like that because
I'm all with
you
the
need lots
season.
of.
But I haven't seen them recently because of global warming. But the reality is, so you came to that conclusion. You had
I
to.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I made the decision to leave. But after that, even though I had made the decision, I still felt like a failure because I believe in love and I believe that people should be together. And, I always wanted to have that complete family. So then I did what I usually do, which is I went and studied everything I can about successful relationships. I interviewed loads of people. I interviewed loads of men. I interviewed loads of successful couples. And then I decided to become a coach off of that. And I had already studied psychology before.
I have a question about
Please.
that. What were some of the common denominators? Because I would think in successful relationships there has to be some thread, right? That everybody has in common. And what's that thread?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the things that usually fail in relationships, what are the 3 things that usually break relationships apart?
Money,
finances, cheating, and communication.
Exactly.
So
there we go.
do I get
well done.
Do I get a piece of toffee? What the hell?
the toffee's gone.
All right.
Move on.
All right. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So obviously the money bit, the money bit, why that fails is because, one partner does it. It's tough. It's something that basically makes couples kind of clash together because it makes times more tough. So you can't necessarily change the money bit, but what you can do is be supportive of your partner.
So let me
let's say the money bit is, let's say, if you support, as a woman, if you support your man through hard and through good times, that bit, and then there's the cheating, obviously. If a couple has good communication, hopefully, and has everything else in order, hopefully the cheating won't be necessary. I think people cheat because they don't feel loved or they don't feel like they're getting what they want from their partner. So, and then there's the communication bit, which is, a lot of couples, they don't know how to say to each other what they're really feeling, what they're really needing. And so that's, empower you to communicate better with your partner.
Let's go back to the money.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with that right now.
I don't blame you. Money's a good
just right now.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
well, okay.
All right.
But at the same time, I think a lot of times women in particular feel like I don't want to be with a man who makes less money than I do, and I don't want to take care of a man. Like that's one of my things. And I just was talking about Halle Berry taking care of that daggone Aubrey guy, paying for his daggone everything, including his clothing bill. I mean, really. It bothers me, because I know what it, I know how hard. So you're in a relationship. I've been, in one where he lost his job, and I get it, So I supported him for a year, and then I'm come home and then you sitting watching like soap operas and stuff, and I'm saying like I've been working all day. And I come home and you gotta, you sitting there in your drawers watching TV. At some point, something's
Cut
wrong.
the goddamn
something's
TV
wrong.
off,
right?
and get
okay.
out.
Yeah,
UPS, FedEx.
Let me tell you what else I know.
Girl, bye.
You couldn't stand it. Couldn't be a dirty dish in the sink either if you came home and had been working all day, right?
If I've been working all day and you're not working, not only should the house be spotless, my bath should be run. There should be oils ready. There should be I should be the queen of Zamumba when I come home, and all things should be serviced.
Was he jumping? Oh, okay.
all things.
Okay. Ooh.
So yeah, that's the
you
only
know what?
thing.
Men expect the same thing from a woman who stays home.
What?
I mean,
That's
men do
ridiculous.
accept.
That's his job. I mean, because we're conditioned that men should be the breadwinner, right? And if you're and I'm okay with you not making as much, and I'm okay, but I'm not okay with you laying down and not doing anything.
Yeah,
and there should be a period of time. So then that becomes a thing, and then you emasculate him by doing that, and then he becomes passive aggressive, and then it becomes like, oh, well, I'm not ever working, and then then it gets really hostile, and phones get thrown, and then next thing you know, people are packing up and leaving. That's what happens.
And that's where the most important bit is the communication, and that's what I work on with women.
Okay.
Because there are, the situation that you mentioned. I have a client right now that is in exactly that situation. and she's frustrated and she's annoyed and she's like, this isn't working, and she's already looking elsewhere. That happens often. And the idea is, but at the same time, she's still, I still love this man. So the question is how to tell him that I expect more, but without making it a nagging thing. Because that's where a lot of women go wrong.
How can he not know that that's a problem?
Yeah.
How can he not know that that's a problem? And I get it. It's hard out here. It's hard. But how can he not know? So there's that part. How can you think that this is okay? That your wife is working every day and you're sitting at home not looking because you couldn't find a job in your particular field.
Scratching your nuts.
Well, whatever.
Scratching your nuts.
Eating salty peanuts.
Yeah,
That's what she said. Eating salty peanuts. Yeah. How dare he?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Except the thing is, from his point of view, are we ever looking at his point of view?
Who cares about his point of view? I'm working. Do you understand, Julia Keller?
I totally understand.
Point of view.
I would like to know, what is his point of view?
Well, that's the thing. That's what we need to find out. What's stopping him? And it's that listening to his point of view and supporting him through whatever the obstacle is. Maybe he's worried he's not going to get a job. Maybe he's been rejected 5 or 6 times and he's not able to stand up again. And that's where we, as his partner, by being supportive, can help him get to that next level without nagging, without, pushing him, without pissing him off, without making him passive aggressive, as you said.
That's just why, Julia Keller. I know fundamentally you're right, but I think that
I know it's hard.
Once people go down that rabbit hole, mentally, and they're kind of like on the verge of being broken, I'm already working. Now I got to work when I come home to build you up. Mm-hmm. And I think that inherently, just the way I'm wired, having, been raised by a man who I actually literally watched work 18 to 19 hours every single day, work. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to see that is palatable and that I have to coax and coddle and rub your back and make you feel like a man because you feel bad about yourself. There's something that makes me not like you. So then it becomes that's a deal breaker for me. So that now my whole attitude towards you as a man has, you're not a man in my eyes anymore. That has shifted. And now if I got to look at you like I'm your mother, we have a problem.
And that's where you might make the decision to leave.
Which I did.
I don't. Who can blame you?
Bye, Felicia.
But you know what's probably going to happen is that guy is going to then, when you leave him, it's probably the best thing you'll ever do for him because he'll get up off his butt and he'll actually get a good job. He'll get himself back together. Because that's his trigger. Okay, well, good. Well, I'm glad I can provide a service for the people out there. That's why I'm here. I'm here to serve. Okay, well, let's get to the other issue, the cheating. Because you said that a person cheats because they're lacking something in a relationship. I think men cheat because it's part of their nature. And a lot I've heard this from a lot of men that we weren't created to be monogamous. So that's why I flipped the script. Well, I hear that. Well, that's true. Well, good. Okay. They don't like the flipping. No. They don't like when the script is on the other shoe. I don't know. That's a mixed metaphor, like a mug. But you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That's their argument. It means nothing. It's just sex. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, good. Then it's okay if I do it then, right? Coming into, then it becomes men can't take it when their women do it.
Wait, say that again?
Men can't take it when their women cheat. And you're right. I mean, I actually have interviewed so many men and they say that too. They say, well, I'm a man, what can I do? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What can a woman do? Because I still believe fundamentally there is something we can do to make sure that relationship works.
To prevent men from cheating?
I don't think so.
No?
I think the only thing that prevents them is the threat.
In the studio saying no.
The only thing that prevents them from doing that is the threat that you are completely 100% open to doing that. So that's how you just know.
Well, there's 2 men in the studio. Is there anything that you have to add?
Oh, okay.
But Ron's not normal. Don't give him the mic. He's not a normal. You're not a typical man, Ron.
Well, let's give it to the Christian.
I want to know.
I want to know what.
Is there any way to prevent men from cheating? Because I have talked to many, many men, and there's very different sides to this story. This coin, basically.
Well, I think the only way we're going to stop cheating is as we get older. Things not going to work.
That's awful.
Damn, that doesn't bode well for the. Give the mic back.
That's terrible. First off, there are pills for that.
He's in his 20s.
There are pills for that, and there's a good diet for that. Don't smoke cigarettes, don't drink too much alcohol, exercise regularly, and don't be obese.
Okay. So what?
But if
what
your
prevents
woman gives you the kind of love, the kind of reinforcement, the kind of feeling that she's there with you, that
right?
she's supportive.
I think you've touched on it. I think that that men are actually very, very simple animals. You know, and that if a man is, you know, let's just deal with just pure sex. Let's leave love away from it for a second, right? So if a man is
satisfied.
There you go. Better answer than getting laid. If a man is satisfied, I personally don't think that, you know, the guy is going to be out there going, hey, look over there, or there's over there. I don't think it'll even cross his mindset and horizon. So when you talk about the 50-50 aspect of it, and obviously to Karen's point, I think it could work in the totally opposite direction as well. You know, what's good for the goose is good.
I think fear of loss is the greatest deterrent for many people. People don't like, and men are so possessive. You know, it's like this my woman. The notion that you possibly feel like you can just bounce on me at any point in time, it is such an effective tool. You know, and I stumbled upon this by accident because I'm naturally this kind of personality. So I wasn't even trying to play any games, but you put yourself in a situation where it's like, oh my God, this is effective. I wish more women would just be like, and
yeah, but it shouldn't. But you know, is it good to have a relationship based on fear?
Well,
I wouldn't say so.
Fear,
okay, thank you. There was a setup question with an honest answer.
No, but fear of being cheated on is just as equally as, you know, because that's a deal breaker for me.
You shouldn't have to. Well, theoretically, you shouldn't have to be afraid of that either. If, again, there's communication and if there's
and standards. Actually, that's one of the things I teach women in the beginning of the relationship. Before the relationship even starts, you set the standards. This is where being a high-value woman is so important. And this is like setting the standards from the beginning, saying this is what I am, this is what's acceptable, this is what's not acceptable. And if you don't fit within these lines of acceptable, that's okay. We just aren't meant for each other. And that was a very good answer, by the way. Thank you for that.
Ron's special.
Yeah.
We need to clone him. I mean, I just scratched you. I got some of your DNA. When they allow us to clone, there'll be a little Ron running around here. Roaming him up.
We do love Ron.
Yeah. 866-801-8255. We're with a transformational love coach. Her name is Julia Keller. She's having a conference. When is the conference? I mean, the workshop.
It's actually an online workshop.
Online workshop. When is
it? There are two coming up. There's one coming up in February, one coming up in March. I think
so you're doing it in time for Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
And then March, after you didn't have a Valentine,
that's
here's
exactly
how you
the
can,
thinking.
You can get a Valentine next year. I hate that holiday, by the way. Not because of any reason. I hate all holidays, right? I'm an equal opportunity hater. Listen, 866-801-8255. You can go on our website, juliakeller.co.uk.
But even before the conference, actually, what I do is I do one-to-one sessions with women over Skype and in person if you're in London, or if you're somewhere I fly out to. I do one-to-one sessions, and that's actually my most popular packages. All
of this is on your website?
The
cost of this? Is this expensive for me to get my love together? Julia, am I going to go broke trying to find love?
It depends on what you consider expensive.
What'd you say? It's an investment?
It's an investment. Thank you. We like him. Yeah.
We do, but sometimes cut his mic off. No, I'm just playing. 866. I'm going to go to the phones. 866-801-8255. I'm going to go to a lot of guys want to call up. Oh. What is that about? Dwayne?
They probably want to answer the question.
Okay, Dwayne in Oklahoma. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. Come on, Dwayne. Come on, Dwayne. All right, I'm going to go to Charlotte. Dave in Charlotte. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. You're on with Julia Keller.
Yes, how you doing?
Good.
I'm gonna get kind of a little bit serious on this matter from a personal standpoint. Going back to about women being with men who are not whole.
Oh, damn. And I want to hear what he was going to say.
I'm going to go back to that.
Okay. All right.
In most cases.
What are you going back to? You broke up. You going back to women that did what? What'd she do to a man?
No. I'm going back again about most women know what they have when they deal with that man. When they're with that man, they know what they have. So if that man loses their job, I can understand them being supportive of their situation. And, of course, they need to get rid of the dude who is not holding his own after a certain amount of time of being out of work. But let me use my situation personally. I had a business. I had a couple of businesses several years ago. and I was affected by the economy. Okay, I was 8 years into my 6 years into my marriage, 8 years into the relationship, strictly monogamous. We had struggles financially. Okay, she decided to step out because of the struggle financially. Of course, communication has something to do with it as well, but the struggle was financial. Now, in the result of that, we have a son, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? We're not together.
No, it's fortunate. Hold on. It's fortunate that you have a son because that's a blessing. But it's unfortunate that y'all are not together. I just want to be clear. Okay.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is this here. In most cases, again, women know what they have and men know what they have. You know what I'm saying? But I understand anybody who's lazy enough to not want to do what they're supposed to do, hold their part, I get it. Now, the part about cheating, going back to what you said, Karen Hunter, the reason men cheat, you want to know the reason? Because they choose to. Ain't no biological men are made up to cheat. It's a choice. The same reason why women cheat. So don't get into that, men cheat because that's what they do. No, it's a choice, period. I was monogamous in my relationship for 8 years. And I'm going to be real with you, it was a little over a year ago. I'm still hurting. I'm still hurting because, again, that's not how it was supposed to be. And, by the way, my wife was a few years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that has something to do with it. But, again, men cheat because they choose to cheat, not because they want to cheat. Not because they biologically they choose to cheat. But I was 8 years. I was monogamous in my marriage.
I agree with that.
Well done with that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
It's deeper than what you all are talking about.
I know. I was trying to keep it Friday. You come with your,
Friday,
Dave. You come.
But the brothers, whoever's calling in, I can understand that. But it's deeper than that. And
it
sometimes
is.
You laughing, making it a laughing matter, Karen. Sometimes there's a lot of women out there that think it's okay, is a laughing matter. It's cool. Yeah, go ahead, Karen. But it's not. It's not. It's deeper than that. And we got to do better in that area.
All right,
That's all I
Dave.
have to say.
I'm
Peace
sorry
and
that
blessings,
happened to
please.
you too. All right. Bye-bye.
Dwayne is still hurting.
It's Dave.
Dave, I'm sorry.
He is. Dwayne got the hello and the goodbye.
Oh, okay.
But Dave,
I do agree with him though.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like that.
I don't believe that people cannot control themselves. I don't
agree
believe
with you.
that.
I
I
agree.
don't believe because I feel like there's an impetus for everything. There's always attention coming. If you're a reasonably attractive person, there's always somebody who's going to be
not.
Even when you're not, there's always going to be somebody who's interested in you. And you make a choice that I'm respecting my relationship. I'm inside of this thing and we're working it out. Maybe we're not the happy because you're not going to be happy every single day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So every time somebody says something to you, hey, you're cute. You cheat? That's a personal character
Absolutely.
choice.
866-801-8255.
It's Friday.
No, but this is a very serious subject. There are people that definitely need love and they want love and they need. This is why we have you here. You have your website and your workshop, but it's still Foolishness Friday. I get reamed on this show when I get too serious about things on Friday, and then I got somebody calling chastising me about being too foolish.
Oh,
it can't be every.
We can't win.
I can't win. I can't win. It's like I'm like Barack Obama up in here.
Oh, goodness.
All right, 866. No, I'm sorry, 866. But yeah, there's a lot of people in pain. So, I was joking with you because that's what I was doing the whole time you were here before we came on, and I said, women live longer when they're not married, but men, however, live longer when they are. There's somehow those two things aren't lining up for me. Help me understand that.
The healthiest couples, according to the research, the healthiest people are the people who are happily married. And you made a joke that it's not possible, but
right.
actually it is
no,
possible.
But it's possible, but that's
And I
few and
believe
far
in it.
between, Julia. If we're being honest, right, Julia?
mission is to
Most
make it
people
more-
are not happy. They're working it out, and to me, working it out and working through something. And again, if for me, I would still be married if I had kids, and I've said this because
even if you weren't happy.
Yes, because that's more important to me. To me, that's just how I'm wired. The raising of those children supersede my personal desires and needs. That's just how I roll, which is why I don't have them, because I don't want to do that, right? But for some people, you're in a relationship, you have to make decisions, and it's so toxic that it's bad for the kids, and I get all of the circumstances. But, most people are not in these, happy relationships. I get to see it play out. My brother and his wife, who have no kids. That's why I know they're happy, because they have no kids, and they travel. They love. I mean, they've been
They
together.
enjoy each other.
They enjoy
really do.
and they enjoy that, and you can be around them, and know that they do.
But that I have to say, because some of the happiest couples I know do have kids, and I mean I've seen both. I've seen happiest couples who don't. I've seen happiest couples who do, including my parents, my aunts and uncles, my sister even. And you asked me before. You said, is there an ingredient? And I would say the biggest ingredient is appreciation. It's actually it's like what you said, cheating, like what he said on the phone. Cheating or not cheating is a choice. Being happy or not being happy is a choice. You wake up every morning and you can say, oh my God, my partner's so annoying. He snores and he does this or he does that. Or you can say, wow, I'm the luckiest woman in the world to be sleeping next to this man every night.
Oh.
And that's...
How many people are saying that? And if they are,
know,
then they're gonna
the
live.
ones who
Then
I
they're gonna
interview.
live to be 100 with their partner.
Exactly.
Okay, I can roll with that. Okay, let's go to the phones. It's not about me. It's about these people here. Let's go. Let's go back to the phone. I'm gonna go to Illinois. Jazz, welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. Jazz.
Hello, Karen. I'm a fan of 3 months. Love your show. I think you're a little bit heartless, but that's Friday, so I understand.
Heartless.
Uh-oh.
I understand. I
That's
feel
all
for the
good.
brother that just called because I went through that, and like your therapist on the show, when my marriage fell apart, I went into deep, deep research because I waited for many years to get married. This was not with the right person. However, I'm in a relationship now. I'm going on 13 years.
Well done.
And our sex life is as good as it was the first day. We have a great relationship. I was one of these guys that I had to have a woman that made as much as I did, if not more. However, the woman I'm with and I've been with for as long as 15 years, she makes nowhere near the money I make. But you know what? You can't put a price on the relationship and what she brings to my life. As far as men cheating, I find, and I have friends that, you let them out the house and they're like a dog off the leash. They're going to piss on everything they can get their leg up on.
Oh, goodness.
And the reason for that, men, a lot of men have lack self-confidence and they have egos. We have huge egos. A man's ego is the most dangerous thing in the world. And when they get out there and somebody bats their eyes at them, it's like, they got to have it. And and when I was young, I wasn't no saint. I mean, I had women falling at my feet, and that's just the simple fact of the matter. But as I grew older and learned to appreciate the relationships I was in, my thing was, how would you feel if your wife or your husband or whatever cheated on you? How would you feel if you found that out? And it just kind of made me appreciate the woman I'm with because she already let me know from day one. Go ahead. And 5 minutes after I found out, somebody else will be knocking at my door. And that just set me straight because it would kill me.
Fear of loss.
That's the standards.
That's what
She set the standard right away.
Right, and and again, it goes back to a man's ego. And the one thing that, before I forget, I always say that is key to a relationship is don't let yourself go in a relationship. I understand we age. Our hair gets gray, we get a few wrinkles, but you still have to keep yourself attractive to the other person. And if you all both like yourself the way but I think that's a key ingredient. I know it definitely is in our relationship.
I agree with you.
We're attracted to each other still.
Yeah, I definitely teach that.
Well, Jazz, I would like to hear from her that it's just as good as day one. But you know what? I appreciate. I get her to call up 866-801-8255.
I believe you, Jazz.
I believe him. As well.
I'm just saying, he called me heartless. But anyway,
I know you were not going to let that
go. Let it go. Can't let it go. But no, I think he made a brilliant point about both people being secure in who they are, because I think you have an insecure person in a relationship, you're always going to have problems. People coming into relationships insecure is, I think, more so than money, because that all follows. That insecurity is a killer.
Yep. And that's why I teach women from the beginning is that you build up your own self-confidence. You need to love yourself before you can find love.
Thank you. 866.
But women, I just wanted to touch on, because women are not the only insecure beings. Men can really be very insecure for a lot of reasons.
But we can only work on ourselves.
Yeah.
She's saying do what you can do. Do what you can't help him with his insecurity, but you can help yourself.
Right. Exactly.
So and also being secure will allow you to see the insecurity in another. Will allow you to see that man coming and it's like, no.
Exactly.
No, put the cross sign up. I don't care how cute you are.
And I don't think you can love anybody past their insecurities.
You cannot.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
Can't fix that. They have to do the work. How Oprah? How she say that?
Work.
All right, we're gonna go back to the phones. I'm going to go to Michelle in Texas. Because we got the lines are full of men, so I had to fish through to get Michelle in. Hey, Michelle in Texas, welcome.
Hey, Karen, I love you guys. Y'all crack me up every day. But I was calling. I don't know if I misunderstood your guest. She mentioned something about what women can do for men not to cheat, and I was like, did I hear her right, or maybe she can, like, explain that a little bit more, because I was with my old man. We ain't together no more. But I was with him for 8 years. And he'll tell you to this day, I was giving him what he needed, and he'll tell you he was the stupid one. He messed up because he was just being stupid and just thought he could get away with it. So I just wanted to hear, maybe she can explain that a little bit more, or maybe if I misunderstood her, like, what can women do? Because, I set those boundaries from Jump Street, and we still cool to this day. He's my friend, but he can't be my man no more.
And good for you.
Yes.
You did the right thing in letting that go, because that was one of your standards. And that's the whole thing about standards. If one of your standards is you want the man to be faithful to you, which for most women it is, then if he's not, he breaks that relationship with you, and then you say bye-bye. So you set the standards from the beginning. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and you made the move. And hopefully now the next man is going to be the right one.
Or
the man after that.
Right, and tell him to go out and be your PR rep to let the brothers know.
Exactly.
That she ain't the one to cheat on. Because I'm feeling mighty sad.
Yeah, and that's our sense.
Feeling mighty low.
And if we feel good about ourselves, then we will have a next one. We don't have to stay with a guy that's not treating us right. That's the whole thing.
All right, you're getting mad praise out here, Julia Keller, on the internets.
Yay.
All right, I'm gonna take.
But can I just say something too? You do see couples who suffer infidelity, and then they turn the relationship around.
Look at Bill and Hillary.
Completely.
I wasn't going to use them as
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Just go ahead, roll with it.
All right, go. Let's
roll with it. Look at
But it's true.
Bill and Camille. All right, never mind.
True. You can turn it around,
Never mind.
actually.
Sorry.
That could be that almost break in the relationship. That
you might be heartless. Jazz might have been onto something.
Do you notice that all those guys that you're naming are Bill?
Is there a Bill in your life, Karen?
Kill Bill.
Right, the answer, if you're a woman, don't marry somebody named Bill.
William, Bill, Billy, Willie. All right.
And mothers, if you want your children not to grow up to be cheaters or cowboys, don't name them Bill. Wild
or
Bill.
Bill in Illinois. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. How are you? Hey, Bill. Bill, no, he must have hung on me.
He got worried.
Bill. He sure did.
Poor Bill.
That is so terrible. You said that, Ron. Now Bill don't want to talk on the show. Okay. Oh, he's there. Hello, Bill. Are you there? Bill?
Yeah. First of all, let me preface this with the fact that I used to hate you when I first heard this program, and now I love it.
You have a lot of fans out there, Karen.
I see. It's you.
My wife loves you. We're in the truck together, listening and laughing. But here's the thing. Let me share something with you so profound that a lady told me about 20 years ago. She said, the secret, I asked her what was the secret to her longevity with her husband, and she said that she makes sure that her husband goes to bed every night with a different woman.
Okay.
So, and I used to be out there in the streets myself, but the woman.
Because your name is Bill.
But hey, I got a wife right now that, hey, I would kill 10 million people for. We've been together for 13 years. We just married when I was 59. And we've been, it's the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Oh.
So you grew up.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Fantastic. But, hey, we too old now to cheat on one another anyway.
So, is that what it is?
That's the trick.
You wait until the mate gets 50.
Right.
That's what the 20-something-year-old
relationships start at 50.
Right. You wait till the Limp Biscuit, and then it's like all good.
Damn, now we can cruise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Bill.
My wife just hollered that she's not too old to cheat. So.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bill, just one question, just for my own edification. What turned it around for you from the vigilant hatred to the warm fuzzy love?
Well, you know what? I started listening. I was just hearing before. I wasn't really listening. And your guests are just totally out of sight. I'm so enthralled with what they're talking about and the subject matter that you have. That hey, and like I said, I turned my wife on. I said, listen to Karen Hunter. And so now she's like, hey, turn on Karen Hunter.
Hey, Mom.
She said she used to hate you too.
She hated me too. Damn. But you know what? I love both of you, and I'm glad we are able to be family now. You know, welcome. Thank you guys.
Merry Christmas too, and Happy New Year.
You too, guys. Bill and his beautiful wife.
That's the trick to a good relationship, by the way. Listening, not just hearing. Listening.
I love it. What's it?
Wait a minute, that was
going
a bell.
on?
Wait, Amore, get the bell. When she says something good, damn it, bring the damn bell.
I want the bell.
I want the bell.
We wait. All right. Thank you.
Better late than never.
Yeah, I like her, Julia Keller. And I also think there's something. Hatred is a strong emotion, as well as love. And they tend to move in opposite, but you can't have one without the other. So hate can always turn into love, and vice versa. You see people today divorced; they hate that person. But they could never have that strong emotional hate without the love that they, And I'm saying if you could just remember what it was that made you love them, at least you can have a civility. Because many people, when they get out of their relationships, it's just really just awful and toxic. But this is a person that you absolutely loved. How did it turn into that?
Absolutely.
But with me, it's usually the opposite. I grow on people like mold and fungus, and eventually they
like
want
old bread.
They hate you, now they love you.
But that's penicillin. It's good medicine, girl. Don't knock the moldy bread. Don't knock it. I work on this. Julia Keller, thank you for being with us today. Your workshop, Irresistible Women, can be you can join in.
JuliaKeller.co.uk.
JuliaKeller.co.uk in February, but you should go to her website now. And in March, I was going to get there. I got you. The book will be out shortly after we write it. I think we got a gold mine here. Yeah, I know, but I got you. Julia Keller. All right, go ahead. Continue talking.
One more thing, actually. I am doing a Christmas promotion for the women listening, if there are any women listening. I'm giving away 5 free first sessions with me.
What?
Yeah.
I know those are expensive because I just went on your website.
What? So the first session, one hour session for free. On
if
Skype.
you sign up for 5, you get one for free.
You get the first session is free. So 5 of those.
Okay.
So 5 different people.
Oh, for 5 people.
5 different
listening
people
to this
can
show.
Have one first session for free.
How would you know that there's the first 5?
Yeah, can we get a code?
It doesn't matter that the first 5 doesn't matter. The first 5 who emailed me, who I basically go through the screen and they fit what I'm after.
All right.
Get to have a first session free.
Right. Okay, ladies. JuliaKeller.co.uk.
And there's an email there to email me for that.
Free.
And they can quote Karen Hunter Show.
Or
they can quote Christmas Offer.
Okay, either one. You been somewhere else with this? Let me find out. You've been cheating on her. You are a cheater! Julia Keller.
You found me out.
Patty!
And she wants out of the relationship.
Yes, I do. I'm done.
She does not.
All right.
She does not forgive.
I do not. We're out of here.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Julia Keller. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We'll still take your calls, even though I'm clearly not an expert, but in this area. But we'll get your calls when we come back.
The hottest show on radio. Raw and insightful interviews with movers, shakers, tastemakers, and experts. This is The Karen Hunter Show.